I feel uniquely positioned with our experience and with this group, but how can you articulate what you feel sets us apart in the market for somebody shopping for ukulele?
Without any without any I don't want to sound um I have a giant ego about this or anything. I legitimately think that we have the best overall like ukulele retail information, entertainment, all around company out there because first of all, we're in Hawaii. We have one of the main ukulele manufacturers next door to us. We have other ones, within a quick reach across the island. Like we're surrounded by this, and most of us grew up here, where we know. I guess the thing that I think about with ukuleles and what I think most people attribute to it is, or connect to ukuleles, at some level, it's Hawaii. It's aloha. It's the feeling you get from it. It's the type of music that comes out of ukuleles that, it has so many customers have told me it has a little like healing effect on them. Like, I get messages and emails all the time saying like how when everything else is going wrong in their life, or if some people are sick, some people are going through, treatment for like really bad illnesses, and that's what they use for their therapy. That's what they use to ground themselves. That's what they use to rehabilitate themselves emotionally out of, depression, out of whatever else they're going through. It's not only an escape in the fact that you can play ukulele and you can, kind of go into your own world, and it's nurturing in that sense, but also it can help bring you out of, I don't know, I think it's a vehicle to kind of take you places emotionally and in your mind that don't affect you the same way a lot of other instruments do. Like if I hear a bassoon, I don't necessarily feel happy. But some people might.
Yeah.
But when I hear an ukulele, like it's happy. It's a happy music, but you can play sad music on it, but it's still like it's a very emotional instrument. And having it come from here where it's connected to Hawaii and it's connected to people that actually care about it. Like we're not just trying to hawk instruments because it makes money. Like anybody can go set up a business, pick something that means something to people, and then find a creative marketing way to try and sell it. Like it's not that hard. But to do it authentically and to do it that way the whole time you've done your business, even before no one was watching you, like this is what we do. We did it when no one was watching us. We did it before we did any social marketing or anything like that. Like, if no one was watching, we would be operating this business the exact same way. We care about our customers. We legitimately try to make the product that we offer, which is not just the instrument, but it's the expertise. It's all the extra knowledge. I have 10 years under my belt with thousands of setups. We have Billy, who's had over 30 years, not only with ukuleles, but guitars, restoring high-end classical instruments, building his own instruments, worked at PRS, at Taylor Guitar, at other like high-end custom shops. Like he knows his stuff. And I work right next to him, and I'm learning from him.
In the same building as Ko'olau.
In the same building as Ko'olau. If I have a question or I need advice, I can go over to Ryan and Noah at Ko'olau and ask a question. Like that's super valuable. And they can show me. And I can take that and then I can apply that to all the other work that comes up for the rest of my life. If I remember it, which I do because it's valuable. Like we collect valuable information from a lot of valuable people and then we apply it to our work, which benefits you. We have a lot of people here that put so much effort. Like I don't know any other company that voluntarily, when it's rush time, like when Christmas runs around, we're like, yeah, okay, we're going to sleep at work a couple nights because we're going to get the orders ready so we can get as many as we can out before Christmas. But even then, we're not rushing them out just to get them out. We're still trying to do the same quality of work, and we're just kind of burning ourselves out a little bit momentarily in order to be able to do that, and then we can recuperate and get back to it as usual. But that's nobody's making us do that. Everybody does that on their own. Everyone pitches in, and everyone cares what the final result is. So for you as a customer, when you're looking for an instrument, I think from talking to so many people, it's not an easy thing to make up your mind about, because if you are a musician, or even if you just owned, one or two instruments or had one given to you, it's an intimate thing. Like, you form a bond with it. Like, the first guitar I ever owned was this cheaper classical guitar that my brother-in-law gave me before he was my brother-in-law. He gave that thing to me, and it was something his grandfather had given to him. Just the fact that he was willing to give it to me to learn how to play guitar on, and it was his grandfather's. Somehow I felt connected to his grandfather from it. But I still have that thing, and it's like my most cherished instrument because it was the first one. It sounds awesome, but it was my journey into music, and it has like a history to it. So if we can provide an even better starting point for that story of what the lifetime of that instrument and where it's going to go, and we can make it easier to play, if we can make it sound better, if we can make it more beautiful than it already is, to the point that when you get it, you just fall in love with it, and you want to pass it on to your kids, you want to pass it on to your grandkids, you want to pass it on to a friend or someone else who would value it the same as you do. That's how we treat it. It's like we're not hawking ukuleles. It's like we're selling just something absolutely precious. It's not just material, it's all the potential that is wrapped up in it too. When we send someone an instrument, who knows what songs is going to come out of them, what they're going to write, what they're going to able to channel their emotions or any frustrations or whatever is going on with their life into music. And if we can give them an instrument that lets them do that easier, then that's awesome. So if you're shopping online and you're comparing, this store and that store and this price, and this person's throwing in a gig bag and they have a tuner, you can take it all into consideration, but take into consideration the value that we have to offer, because we genuinely think it's the best and we back it up.